Reasons for doing a remaster. Doing a remaster was definitely not something we would have considered doing years ago. Why would we remake an old game versus making a new game? Turns out there were multiple reasons to motivate us to do this. First of all, preserving the history of QUBE was important to us. This became apparent when our console publisher decided to discontinue selling the game, which meant the game would no longer be available for sale on consoles, as well as the original QUBE no longer being available for sale on Steam, and we have many fans of that version. This really motivated us to create a definitive version of QUBE that would be up to date and available on modern hardware, and would be future-proofed. This version would include QUBE, QUBE Director's Cut, other Easter eggs, this commentary, and a whole new sector of puzzles, bringing at least 4 hours of new content to the table. Another reason is that these ideas came up 18 months before the 10-year anniversary was coming up, and so we thought this would be a good time to release a remaster. We absolutely cannot believe it's been a decade since QUBE came out. A lot has happened in that time. How the project started. QUBE began life in 2009 as a student project at Newport University in South Wales, UK. We were originally going to use the Source engine, but decided to move to UDK, which is a free version of Unreal Engine 3. As it was being taught in our class, and given none of us were coders at the time, it offered a visual scripting solution, so we were able to make the game without traditional programming knowledge. Whilst the game was purely going to be for our individual portfolios to go and get jobs in the games industry, it turned out we were actually sitting on what would become a commercial indie game. Thanks to encouragement from peers and lecturers, we put the game up on ModDB and it had 10,000 downloads within a couple of weeks. Immediately, we felt like we were onto something. Soon after this, we met with the co-founder of Epic Games, Mark Rain, who thought the concept was great. We then secured funding from Indie Fund, composed of fellow puzzle game designer Jonathan Blow and other indie veterans, and were able to begin work on the game full-time. The game came out on Steam in January 2012, and we were able to pay back the funding within 4 days. This was a huge success for us, given it was our first game straight out of university. What improvements did we make? We really listened to the community and wanted to fix stuff that was broken before, or remove stuff that just wasn't fun. There were a bunch of basic things you'd expect from a game that weren't in there, such as subtitles in other languages and an FOV slider. Why have a classic mode and director's cut mode? We wanted fans of the original to enjoy the original experience intact and enhanced. The chilled music with no voiceover or storyline to follow, just puzzle after puzzle. We felt it made sense to include the director's cut too, for fans of that version to enjoy it. Why have a classic mode and director's cut mode? We wanted fans of the original to enjoy the original experience intact and enhanced. The chilled music with no voiceover or storyline to follow, just puzzle after puzzle. We felt it made sense to include the director's cut too, for fans of that version to enjoy an enhanced experience. Why have a classic mode and director's cut mode? We wanted fans of the original to enjoy the original experience intact and enhanced. The chilled music with no voiceover or storyline to follow, just puzzle after puzzle. We felt it made sense to include the director's cut too, for fans of that version to enjoy an enhanced experience.